Okay, let's move on to Chapter 8. You've written this fantastic resume. You've got a really good body of work there. You've set it all out beautifully. Now we need to decide who are we going to send it to. So before you do anything, ring your referees, make sure that they are willing to act for you as a referee, and send your referees a copy of your resume. They need to go through your background and familiarise themselves with it, because they may not remember everything that you've done when you worked for them. And also, you can let them know that you're looking for a role, because they may be able to refer a role to you. So there's your first opportunity, ring your referees. The second thing that you're going to start doing is you're going to go to the job boards. This can be a little bit daunting to start off with, but the trick is with the job boards that you've got to figure out how to do a search on them. And what do you search on? Simple. You've just written this fantastic resume. You've written your special skills, you know your titles, you've got your background and your achievements. So instead of putting in things like sales representative or customer service, whatever the case may be of the role that you're looking for, put in some of the strengths that you've got and some of the products that you've worked with, or some of the areas of process or areas of expertise that you know you have that you can actually do a search by. Now, so instead of getting just the stock standard jobs, you're going to start getting stuff where there is common ground. What you're also going to do is you're going to find that some of these roles will require specific experience in those areas, and when you do your covering letter, that's the first thing that you start off with. So don't just go to one job board, go to all of the job boards. Go to Seek, go to My Career, go to Career One, Indeed, Gumtree. With them, you'll be able to set up accounts on them. So this is kind of like your profile as a job seeker. And when you set up that account, you can save your resume onto the job board. What that means is that you can apply directly to a job by attaching your resume from your account. And people might go, oh, geez, that's fantastic. How easy is that? Hold on. You need to do your cover letter. Take a note that the job's there. Go back, take the 10 minutes to write the cover letter, stating the common ground, the skills, why you're applying. Save it to your resume and then send it directly through. It'll make a massive difference. What you can also do with these job boards is set up what they generally call job alerts. So a job alert is where you put in specific criteria. I want to do this role in this industry, and I want to do it in this location for approximately this amount of remuneration. What the job boards will do is then send them through to you on a frequency that you can select, either daily or weekly or monthly or whatever you desire. So once you put in those keywords, you can have specific roles sent through to you. That's all fantastic. If you're in a business-related role, you should also go on and set yourself up a LinkedIn profile. And on your LinkedIn profile, there's a box down the bottom that says open to new opportunities. So that if people are looking for you, it says, okay, it's okay to approach this person because they've said they've opened to new opportunities. If you are unemployed and actively looking for work, you can actually enter in your title, seeking a new career. Open to employment opportunities, whatever the case may be, that best describes you, so that people can see that you're actively on the market and looking. But, as I've said before, let's not just rely on technology and job boards to try and find a new role. Who else can you send your resume through? Well, what I want you to do is take those skills and start doing a search and put in the name of the suburbs around where you live in Google. See what companies come up. See what businesses are within a 10 kilometre or maybe a 15 or 20 kilometre range of where you live. Because if you think about the most amount of time that you spend commuting to work, it might be half an hour or even an hour and a half or more a day. So if you can find a local company that can use your skills, that you can find common ground with, then, you know, they say time is money and travelling time is very important. The other thing that you can do is that there are so many small businesses out there, so that when you do this search and take into account that 90% of Australians work for small business, only 10% work for these massive either multinationals or for companies that are listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. So the small businesses are by far the greater employer for people like us. When you go and look for these small businesses, they're everywhere. They can be hidden around in your suburbs. They don't necessarily have to be, but if you look within 10 kilometres of where you live, you might find there's an absolute gem of a company that's screaming for your sort of skills or background or experience. Find it, go to your covering letter, right? Write a covering letter and send that off as well. When you do that, the other thing to think about is, if I've got these skills and I've worked in this industry and I've worked for this company, who are the company's competitors? If you've worked for one bank, another bank might be interested in employing you. If you've worked in a company that sells a particular type of pump or whatever the case may be, it might be of interest to another company that you're available on the market. So go through the list of competitors and find out if any of them are local, find out who the person is that you'd like to talk to and apply to them again. The final thing I wanted to say on who to send your resume to is this. When employers write an ad, they write looking for the perfect candidate. Now, the perfect candidate does not exist. With your ability now to craft a covering letter that will match your skills and experience to possibly what they're looking at, just because you don't fit 100% of what they're asking for, maybe only 2/3 or 80%, don't be too hard on yourself. Draw them a map between what they're looking for in their ad and the skills and experience that you have on your resume, and put that in your covering letter. And then send them out and wait and see what happens? No! Go to the next chapter and find out how to follow up your resume.